Max Verstappen claimed a dominant pole for the season-ending Abudhabigp Grand Prix, but championship leader Lando Norris took second to remain in position to win his first driver's title. Red Bull's Verstappen, who trails Norris by 12 points going into Sunday's title decider, delivered 2 laps good enough for pole at the Yas Marine circuit, but the brig crucially edged out McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri to second. Norris will guarantee his maiden title if he finishes in the top 3 on Sunday, but could also triumph with a lesser result in the event that Verstappen failed to win the race. Piastri's already faint hopes of sealing his first title suffered a major blow, with the Aussie likely to require major misfortune for his title rivals to overturn the 16-point deficit to Norris and also leapfrog Verstappen. Should Verstappen retain the lead, he could also potentially use his position to back Norris and Piastri into the pack. We found a bit more lap time. I'm incredibly happy to be first at Verstappen. That's the only thing we can do, control and maximise the car, and we definitely did that in qualifying. George Russell's the most likely candidate to challenge the McLarens from behind, off taking 4th from Mercedes. Leclerc was 5th Ferrari, while Lewis Hamilton's woeful end to his debut campaign with Ferrari has once again ended with another Q1 exit. Yuki Tsunoda, who earlier this week found out he will lose his Red Bull seat, will start 10th after appearing to sacrifice his grid position, giving Verstappen a tow during the final part of the session. Verstappen's surge back into title contention, though, has been aided by major McLaren errors at the first 2 legs of the season. But on this occasion, the reigning world champ simply appeared to be in a league of his own. Norris appeared to have an edge over Verstappen throughout the weekend's 3 practice sessions, but he also has been on the case this season. The Dutchman found extra performance when it mattered most, having preserved an extra set of fresh tyres for Q3 thanks to his efficiency early in the session. Verstappen took full advantage, delivering a supreme flying lap to kickstart the session. The effort aided by Tsunoda's tow and putting 3 tenths clear on Piastri, with Norris a further couple of tenths back as the McLarens used some tyres that he already had taken some life out of in Q2. Closing the entire deficit to Verstappen, particularly given the tow, always seemed an unlikely prospect, and that proved to be the case. Both Norris and Piastri improved, but it was the Brit who produced a narrowly fast lap under huge pressure to provide himself with a little bit more of a cushion going into Sunday's race, as Verstappen found another tenths of his final run to underline his superiority on the evening. It's tough. Max did a good job, so congrats to him. We did everything we could. I think my lap was pretty good. I was pretty happy. Of course, disappointed not to be on pole for the final weekend, but we were just not fast enough, so we will try and do it again tomorrow, is what he said. And before I go, let me run you through the grid for the race tomorrow. Verstappen on pole, absolutely crucial, and a massive result for him, and can he do it? Who knows? I wouldn't rule it out. Norris in second. I think it's big for him to get second. No, he just needs to drive a safe race, and it should be there for him. Piastri third. I think he'll be disappointed, but realistically, he needs something to happen above him. Russell and Leclerc probably the maximum they can do. Similar for Alonso. Bortoleto as well, really impressive. Similar for Ocon, really. He trailed Behrman for a lot of the session, so I think he'll be happy with that. Hadjar to get 9th again. He'll be happy with that, I think. And Tsunoda in 10th. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate he couldn't get a run, but he knew his job, and to be fair, he did it very well. So yeah, he'll be pleased with that. Behrman in 11th, probably a bit disappointed not to make it into Q3. Similar story really with Sainz, but Williams haven't had much pace this weekend. Beat Albon again. Lawson 13th, bit way off his teammate. Antonelli will be disappointed with that, especially with P6 on a championship line. Hamilton once again failing. I mean, yeah, he looked alright in the early part of the session, then just faded off. I don't know, it seems to be the way it's going for Hamilton at the moment. Stroll once again away off his teammate, and then you've got Albon, similar story. Hulkenberg really struggling in this session, to be fair, compared to Bortoleto, and then the Alpines at the back again. To be honest, I bet they can't wait to never see that complete tractor again.
Guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.